First of all, why you need tasks in a wiki. So if you are using your wiki as an internal documentation and have your meeting minutes there, then you will probably come to a point where you create tasks and assign them to someone. And then it would be good if you could create a task and assign it directly to a person which is attending in the meeting. So what is a task? You will need a person which is responsible for the task. You will probably need a due date, when it has to be done, and a description, what has to be done. So we will have here a plain wiki page. And if we're going in edit mode for adding a user mention, you have here this add mention button. If you click on that, you will get the inspector already with suggested users which are in the wiki. Then I can search for the username, and if I select it, then it will add the user mention. If we switch to source edit, you will see that it's only the user link. And if I would save, then this user will get notified that he was mentioned on the page. Then we have the datetime tools. I use the sequence with the space followed by 2 slashes. And then you have the date picker, and you can select that and insert that. To the checklists element, you have here now this entry checklist in the list tools. And if you click on that, you will get the checkbox already and create a task. We have here the demo task, and you see the wiki text is now the square brackets and the description. If I insert here a little X and switch back, so we marked it as done. We have here also list behavior because it's a checklist. If I want to add a new element, I can only click enter and will automatically add a new element. So let's get then to the combination of those 3 elements. I will use the shortcut now, so I am adding the square brackets and the space, and it will also add a new checklist element. And then I have to add the user mention, so I can here now use the space and the add, to add the user and the optional due date. And I can also add in a row a second task. So if we are now going back to the source edit, you will see that a task is the combination of those 3 elements. So we don't have something new. It's necessary that's in one line. So if you're adding the user mention in a different line, then it's not attached to the task. So this has to be in one line. Save that. So if you're now going to the properties, you will see also the user mentions. And here we have the object of the task with the description, the due date, and the user mention. What I want to demonstrate now was the task report, which comes also with a simple task extension. Let's add it that way. And then you will get an inspector as well, and you can now search for a dedicated user. So we could search here for this user and then add some namespace if you only want to have the tasks in a namespace for a team, for example, and also search for due dates or the state. So we could set here we only want to have the open ones. And if we're saving that, you will get this grid, which also has then the description of the task, the assigned user, on which page the task is created, and for the state. And if I check that now, I will make a new revision of the page. So this will also be set to the version history that the checklist was marked as done, or that the state was updated. And then we won't have any task for this user.